Thank you all for tuning in, and thank you all great fans for braving the chilly temperatures to be with us here tonight as we are set to come to green here for heat race number 1 of your Schuett Auto Body IMCA Northern SportMods. Through turns 3 and 4, we are underway. Slow start for Aaron Fullerton as Dylan Ricks will get him through turns number 1 and 2 and be your race leader. Here comes Alec Fett in the 0-8 car in second place as Ricks hits the high side as he will be your race leader. Fett now down to the inside of the racetrack. The number 8X of Mike Hansen had that second place spot. Fett says, see you later, buddy. I've got it. Here comes Johnson now to the next of the 79 car. Ricks, your race leader, as it is Fett. Now Johnson to the third spot. Followed by Hansen, car way too tight. Oh, into the wall in turns 1 and 2. And he will come to a stop, and that will bring out the caution. Work lane on the backstretch now instead of off of the entrance at turn number 3. They have completely closed the work area that was off the backstretch into turn 3. So work area in the infield now as we come back to green here for heat race number 1, single file. Dylan Ricks from Boynton, Iowa, the 45D machine out to the race lead. That car has been a rocket so far this year in 2022. Alec Fett, a rocket himself, as he pulls side by side with Ricks off at turn 4 for a piece of the race lead as we've got 5 laps to go. Ricks under attack now from Alec Fett as they come off turn 2 down the backstretch now into turn 3. Ricks on the high side tries to pinch Fett down low as Ricks a little bobbly but still keeps the race lead. Fett will tuck tail now behind him off turn 4. Johnson there as well in that 79 car as Fett pulls the back bumper of the 45D for a split second. Distance back from Johnson to Wegner as well as to Fullerton. Dylan Ricks with a race lead. Through turns 1 and 2, car seems to be tightening up on him a little bit. Here comes Taylor Johnson to the inside of Fett for that second place spot. Fett now through the middle of the racetrack. Johnson down low, battle for second with 2 to go this time by. As they battle for position, Dylan Ricks says, all right, boys, you have fun. I'm just going to walk away a little bit here. Fett will get around the 79 of Johnson off turn 2 that time by. As a white flag will be coming to call this time by. Johnson tries to dime in the corner to get a little bit of momentum built up. Nothing doing. White flag out for Dylan Ricks. Ricks, Fett, Johnson, Wegner, and Fullerton, your top 5. And it turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Checkered flag will fly. Dylan Ricks will pick up the heat race win. Alec Fett in second. Taylor Johnson in that third place spot. Bill Wegner in fourth. And Aaron Fullerton, your top 5. You were talking about the Fett boys earlier there, Ryan. Well, if they're going to try, Dylan Ricks is definitely going to be giving them a run for their money in that 45D machine. That car has been fast all season so far. Colby Fett, the 00 car, starts the inside of your third and final row out of Algona. And from Winnebago, Minnesota, Randy Winter to his outside. Looks like we're set to go green right off the bat, and green flag is a-flying. As it is Pals Rock, followed by Allers, Ricks, and Ort as they come off at turn 2. Alyssa Pals Rock, feature winner here last year with a race lead, but not if Braden Allers has anything to say about it. Allers now to the point in that 20 machine. Here comes Dale Ricks Jr. in the 45, but he's got a double lot, a 00, whatever you want to call him, a Colby Fett right behind him. But Fett will bobble in turns 3 and 4. Ricks now up to that second spot as here comes Colby now to the outside of Pals Rock. Pals Rock, your pole sitter, slips back to that third place spot. Now we'll be slipped back to the fourth place spot now as they come off turn number 4. Hollers and Ricks, your top two right now. Fett sits in that third place position. Randy Winter will round out your top five. Pals Rock all by her lonesome now in that fourth position. Dale Ricks Jr. trying to close the gap between him and the 20 car of Braden Hollers. Not knowing he's got the 00 Colby Fett right behind him. Ricks will enter turn three a little bit tight. Now the car will snap loose on him in turns 3 and 4. As Hollers will now extend his lead ever so slightly as they come off of turn 4 with 2 to go. Still no change in your running order. Hollers, Ricks, Fett, followed by Pals Rock, Winter, and Ort with a white flag this time by for your leader, the 20 of Braden Hollers. In and off of turn number 4, Hollers will pick up that heat race win. Dale Ricks Jr. that second place spot, followed by Colby Fett, Alyssa Palsrock, Randy Winter, and Ort rounding out your field. 2 heat races from Odin, Minnesota will be Jason Bolte, the 29X, starting on the front row. Zach Vandekeeft from Westbrook, Minnesota, the 04Z to the outside. Katie DeVries from Spencer, Iowa, the 8K to the inside of row 2 to the outside. Daniel Isker from Wyndham in the 47S. 28C of Christopher Van Kieft from Westbrook, Minnesota, the 28C to the inside of your third and final row. Jared Sloss, the 46S from Jackson to the outside. As we are green right away, Katie DeVries pulling a pass on Jason Bolte. In turns 1 and 2, we'll have your race lead. Bolte back to second spot, followed by the 04Z of Zach Vandekeeft. Bolt's trying to catch up to the 8K machine as they work through turns 3 and 4. DeVries, Bolt, as looking to the inside through turns 1 and 2. Does not get the run that he needs. He'll try to build up some momentum and try to get back there in turns 3 and 4. As DeVries with the race lead, Bolte trying to catch up to her. Nothing doing down the backstretch. Try now in turns 3 and 4 as DeVries gets a little bit tight and they have 2 laps to go. Right front flat on the 47S of Daniel Isker. He'll limping around the bottom side of the racetrack, trying to get that car to turn left, and he'll a little bump to the infield tractor tire there. As they'll have the checkered flag will fly this time by for Katie DeVries. Bolte in that second place spot. Third will be the 04Z of Zach Vandekeeft, followed by the 46S of Jared Sloss. Well, you know what? The fans are here. They brought sweatshirts and blankets, and
I'll say they're keeping it warm out here.
yes, keeping it warm out here indeed. Speaking of warm or hot, however you want to put it, be sure to head on down to the concession stands. Get yourself something hot to eat. If you like cold drinks, pick a couple of those up as well. Also, for those that are of age, the beer stand is open. We'll tell you what's open right now. That is a green flag here for heat race number 2. Dale Gatton out there, the 24G car, with the race lead. As a car around in turn number 3 and 4. Gonna try to sneak her by the tire here. Back up maybe. And nope, caution will come out. Whoa! Stock cars are on deck for heat races right after we get done with our compacts here. Brought to you by Worthington Glass. Our Worthington Glass stock cars. See some graphics compacts out on the track right now. 4 cars remain, so a 4-packer here to finish off this heat race. As you hear them chirping off the chip there and grabbing gears as they come off of turn number 2. Gatton, your race leader. Drinvosky in that second place spot trying to catch up to Gatton. James Brewer sits in third. Brooke Osler trying to find a gear in that 07 car. Trying to drop it a gear, it sounds like, to get a little momentum built up. As we work off turn 4, single file. Problem for the 71 car of Drinvosky. Not sure if the transmission is gone or not. You hear him trying to find a gear as he'll come to a slow. The white flag will come out. Now the 3B having some issues as well. '71 coming to a stop at the exit of turn number 2. And will bring out the caution. So something amiss on Derek Drinvosky's vehicle in the 71 machine. As we'll get the 4-wheeler out there to give him a push.
I'm wondering if the clutch went out.
Clutch went out or transmission. You could hear him trying to find a gear there, Ryan. So, like I said, not sure if it was the transmission or, yeah, possibly clutch too as well. As we'll come back to green. Green-white checkered finish here in this heat race. As James Brewer in front of Osler. Gatton, though, will take the white flag. As Osler will look to the outside of Brewer now off turn number 2. Gatton will pick up the checkered this time by. Brooke Osler will come home in that second place spot, and Brewer will come home in third. Ladies and gentlemen, as our compacts come off of turn number 4, salute these drivers as well. They're here to put on a show for you here at the Worthington Speedway on opening night. We thank each and every one of them for coming on out. Thank each and every one of you for coming on out to American Bank and Trust Night here at the Worthington Speedway. Ryan, a buzz is in the air. That means it's compact time as we will come to green off turn number 4. A very slow pace from James Brewer, our pole sitter. As the green will come out, and they'll mash the gas and be underway. Slow start from James Brewer's tail. Gatton, oh, contact! Gatton sideways, contact with a few cars as we will keep her going. Lean, mean, and green. Katie DeVries out with the race lead as Jason Bolt right behind in the 29X car. Followed by Zach Van Kieft and the 51 of Christopher Steckler as they come down the backstretch. Single file around the Worthington Speedway here in our compact A feature events. Seabisma Graphics IMCA Compacts with Katie DeVries, your race leader. DeVries, Bolt, and then a straightaway back to Christopher Steckler in that third place spot. As lap traffic coming up on the 8K of Katie DeVries. To the outside of your pole sitter, James Brewer. As she'll get around him cleanly. Bolt will try to do the same now into turns 3 and 4. Another lap car here, the 47S of Daniel Isker. As, you picked a fine time to leave me loose wheel. James Brewer losing a wheel, and Ryan, it's not fun to see the wheel beat you going into turns 1 and 2 as there it rolls.
It's still going, too.
Yeah, it's still going, and it'll come to, well, maybe it'll come to a stop.
Wait. No, it's coming down the hill now.
Katie DeVries, your race leader in the 8K machine. Followed by Jason Bolt, the 29X, and the 51 of Christopher Steckler. As we come back to green. Oh, problems for the 04Z of Zach Van Kieft. You trying to find a gear there in the 07Z. He'll pull it in the infield. As will remain under the green, Steckler trying to find a way around Bolt now. As it looks like Van Kieft has found a gear and returns to the racing surface. And out of gear again it goes. As they will put him a lap down. DeVries, Bolt, and Steckler, your top three. Gatton now flags are flying in that fourth place spot. And the 46S at Jared Sloss as he looks to the inside of Gatton now for that fourth place spot. Old Demon Decals Paw Patrol on that machine. Looking for a top 5 tonight. How about a top 4 as he gets around the 24G of Gatton? Green flag will fly high in the air for the 8K of Katie DeVries. Bolt, Steckler, Sloss, and Gatton, your top 5 as they'll come into turns 3 and 4. White flag out for Katie DeVries. As Sloss almost had a meeting with the infield tractor tire there in turn one. Gets around her clearly. But coming off of turn four, picking up the checkered flag, Katie DeVries will go to victory lane on opening night. Bolton second, followed by Steckler, Sloss, and Gatton, your top five. As they come off of turn number four, ladies and gentlemen, spoiler alert, it's parade and wave time for your SportMods, presented by Schuett Auto Body. Mike Hansen, the 8X to the inside of row 6, with Ramon Ort, the 20 car, to his outside, and Riley Brenner, the 22R, starting shotgun on the field. Into turns 3 and 4 they come. Greenwater's coming out, and we're underway. Braden Allers on the outside with an early race lead, but Dale Ricks Jr. says, not so fast, buddy. Dale Ricks Jr. takes over the race lead into the 45R. Through turns 3 and 4, Dale Ricks Jr. will lead lap 1. Allers, Palsrock, followed by Johnson and Alec Fett with Dylan Ricks there in the 45D machine. As we got them 3 deep into turn number 3 now, Palsrock in the middle, Fett on the low side, followed by Johnson on the high side. Dale Ricks Jr. with the race lead, your pole sitter out in front. Dylan Ricks, Alyssa Palsrock together off turn number 2. As Ricks will get by her now into turns 3 and 4. Dale Ricks Jr., your race leader. Braden Allers, Alec Fett, Taylor Johnson, Dylan Ricks, your top 5. Wind and dust have picked up ever so slightly here at the Worthington Speedway early on in this feature. As caution comes out as Dylan Ricks around to the bottom of turn number 4. Driver out of Boyd in Iowa, Dylan Ricks around to the bottom of turn 4. Wind has picked up just a little bit here in the grandstand. So a little chilly. Be sure to bundle up as warmly as you can, as we're going to bundle up to a green flag on this restart. Dale Ricks Jr., your race leader in the 45R car. Braden Allers in second, Alec Fett, Taylor Johnson. Here comes Colby Fett to the inside of Alyssa Palsrock as Johnson comes through with a little bit of contact with Alec Fett. Braden Allers trying to find a piece of the race lead, cannot find it. As Dylan Ricks trying to come back through the field now in the 45D machine. Colby Fett around the XA of Alyssa Palsrock. As Dylan Ricks racing with Bill Wagner now through turns 1 and 2. Dylan's found something on the high side as he's side by side with a 79W. Now will gets around him and now set his sights on the XA of Alyssa Palsrock. Meanwhile, out front as we're halfway down, halfway to go, Dale Ricks Jr. car tightening up on him in turns 1 and 2. As Colby Fett into the top 4 now in the double to zero machine. Colby Fett into the top 4. Is now going to set his sights on brother Alec Fett in the 08 car. Dale Ricks Jr., your race lead as we go single file around the Worthington Speedway. Ricks, Allers, Fett, and Johnson, your top 5. Followed by Ricks, Palsrock, Wagner, Winter, with Fullerton and Ort. 5 laps to go for the 45R car as he still gets a little tight in turns 1 and 2. Braden Allers can catch him in the corners ever so slightly, but Ricks has the power to pull away from him on the straightaway. Allers inching closer in the 20 as we got 2 cars around in turns 1 and 2. Randy Winter and Aaron Fullerton together in turns 1 and 2, and that will bring out the caution.
That's not what Ricks wanted to see.
Dale Ricks Jr., your race leader, not something you want to see, especially when you got hard hitters like Braylon Allers, Alec Fett, Colby Fett. That's your top 4 right now. Maybe he needs some nachos. Mazza, you need some nachos over there? Set to come back to green off of turn number 4. Dale Ricks Jr., your race leader. Followed by Allers, Fett, and Johnson. Dale Ricks Jr., before the caution had come out, was looking a little tight in 1 and 2 as he tries to fend off the advances of Braden Allers and the Fett boys. Colby Fett with a slider on Braden Allers for second. Colby Fett has been a bridesmaid too long here the 2022 season as he's trying to get atop the leaderboard and put it in victory lane. He'll have 2 laps to try to run down Dale Ricks Jr. in the 45R machine. Down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. White flag is out. One more time around. Dale Ricks Jr. looking for his first ever career feature win in the 45R machine. Colby Fett right behind him. Braden Allers as Alec Fett fends off advances from Dylan Ricks into turns 3 and 4. For the final time, the 45R of Dale Ricks Jr. He will see victory here in Worthington Speedway. Colby Fett in second, Braden Allers in third, Alec Fett in fourth. Dylan Ricks, your top 5 as smoke comes out of Randy Winter off turn number 4. But ladies and gentlemen, his first ever career feature win in the 45R. Dale Ricks Jr. puts it in victory lane for our Schuett Auto Body, IMCA SportMods. And, you know, I didn't think mosquitoes could live in cold weather, but
Wow.
Randy Winter's just saying, hey, just a precautionary. We'll fog for skeeters here, ladies and gentlemen.
That's not coolant.
That is not coolant. That is oil, my friend, and burnt oil at that.